Okay, we're going to talk about max and min points. Just to refresh our memory, let's just draw a quick little graph, quadratic, a positive quadratic that has a minimum point. And when we draw a tangent through that minimum point, that tangent line has a gradient of 0. Right? Any horizontal line has a gradient of 0. So that goes without saying for all graphs, upside down graphs, cubics has a max and a min point. And again, if you draw a tangent to that point, horizontal lines, they all have gradients of 0. Okay? So that's the fundamental thing that we have to make. Okay, so our job is to basically calculate max and min points. So we have a function here of y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 7. And what we want to do is find the turning points. So turning points are max and min points. And I mean, you could stick this into your graphing calculator. And the thing is that when you stick it into your graphing calculator, it's pretty easy to see the max and min points from your graphing calculator. Unfortunately, we cannot rely on our graphing calculator. They want to see the work and the calculus. So we actually have to use calculus to find the max and min points. In this case, it's a minimum point. So, and we have to determine whether it's a minimum or maximum point using calculus. So since a min or max point is where the gradient is 0, then we're going to take our original equation and we're going to just simply differentiate it. And so we get 2x minus 6 as the differentiated expression. And then to find the actual coordinate, we simply make the gradient function equal 0, and we solve for x, which gives us 3. So that's the x-coordinate. If you're looking at your minimum point on your graph, that's your x-coordinate. Obviously, there's a y value as well that we have to find. And so we just simply take this, and since it's a point on the curve, we're going to stick it back into the original equation. And so we get 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 7, which is 9 minus 18 plus 7, which is negative 9 plus 7, which is negative 2. So we get a point that is 3 and negative 2. And that's a turning point. We know that to be a turning point. Now we can check on the graph and we can see that it's a minimum point. But we also have to determine its nature. We have to prove that this is in fact a minimum and not a maximum point, and so on. So the next step of this is to work on the nature and determine the nature of this point